Good evening, guys. Hope everybody had a good day so far. Welcome. Former Squad Live Evening Edition, Thursday night, January 15th, 2026. Thank you to everybody who's joined the live stream. Earlier today, this week, circa 7 o'clock. B-Wall, what's good? How's your night going, man? Hope you're doing well, bro. Welcome. We got audio on, I believe. What's good, Dan? Dan, I put it on me, bro, but we got Flyers Penguins going on right now. So that'll kind of be, I haven't seen what's happening in the game yet, but Flyers Penguins tonight. Penguins already up 1-0. I was looking over the lists and stuff we made so far, guys. I was thinking we could have something fun like top rivalries in sports, but maybe like player versus player edition. You know what I'm saying? Top 10 rivalries in sports. Flyers slipping a bit, really, Dan? Well, let's hopefully they can snag a playoff spot. I guess they're going definitely slipping a bit on a 4-game losing streak headed into tonight. I don't know. Doesn't look like the last 3 weren't in OT at least, so yikes. Goalie support. I thought we're like we said, 2 to 3 years, they'll get a good goaltender. They'll get a good goaltender. Need ideas for polls of the night? Danny Wiz. I like it. D-Wiz. Thanks for being here today, guys, earlier. Appreciate you guys a lot. Second late night live stream. Our ghosts real, B-Wall? Stick to the supernatural theme that we've been working with so far. Also, definitely by the end of tonight, guys, we'll finish that. Stick with this. People do like the supernatural polls, it seems. We asked the question, who built the pyramids, humans or other? Exactly, yeah. Everybody's got their own perspective. Everybody got their own perspective. You like that poll, B-Wall? You want that as the poll? I kind of like it, guys. Also, at the end of the stream when we're settling up, we'll try to post that Throwback Thursday short. Haven't posted anything in a week, guys. Kind of been slacking on the content creation side of this biz, but we'll get there, guys. Appreciate you guys being here. Flyers Penguins tonight. Eagles offseason news. I'm hearing that the favorites are Brian Dable and Mike McDaniel. I'd be surprised. What's good, JK? Crazy story, but I'm alive. Jeremy was certainly on something. What's good, Jeremy? On some supernatural stuff today. All right, well, it seems like it's a good question then, guys. If we haven't squad up right now, guys. Appreciate you guys being here. JK, Jeremy, B-Wall, Dan, OG squad right up in here. Are ghosts real? Yes or no. Simple yes or no question. Those are kind of good questions. Crazy story, but I'm alive, guys. Ghosts are a thing, JK says. Interesting. I don't know. I definitely believe in, like, spirits. Do I believe in ghosts? I don't know. Definitely believe in spirits. Do I believe in karma? Not karma in the specific sense. You know? I love all people, Ahmad. Welcome, dude. Where are you coming from tonight? Good evening, Elena. Thanks for being here. We got the mod in the chat. Everybody look out. Just kidding. What's good, Izzy? Only good ideas, guys. Stick around for the good ideas. I believe. We do our best. Good evening, Clarks. How's your day going so far? How was your day? Thanks for being here, guys. What's up, Tyler? Guys, it is that like fake little spring out right there. The only good ideas I'm out. Jeremy says, well, you're right. We can have bad ideas. You're right. You're right, Jeremy. I'm not trying to tune out any ideas. Why do I go live? Because it's a challenge. It's the challenge that I'm taking on right now. What's good, Stolo? Where are you coming at us from? So you're talking, we're from Brazil here, Tyler? Now the question, guys, good, shout out B-Wall, everybody for voting in the polls. B-Wall, you came up with a great poll question right now, it looks like. Really? Rest that like button, squad. Jeremy, like, I don't know, there are definitely bad ideas coming through. Well, what part of Brazil are you coming from, Tyler? Welcome, live from Brazil. We'll see. I was thinking, guys, topic of conversation, we could start listing like best rivalries, but I was thinking like player versus player rivalries. Well, welcome from Rio. Welcome. Cristo Redentor. Spicoli. I'll take that as a compliment. What's good, Alween? Where are you coming at us live from, Alween? Definitely not only good ideas, but maybe only good intentioned ideas. Keep the intention pure. Well, JK, you're kind of right. He's still in the building. Well, welcome from Vienna. Beautiful city, I've heard. I've never been there, but one day. What's good, Jimmy? Well, hey, Alyssa. Hope Alyssa's having a good night too. Shout out everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for voting. 13 votes. Pretty tight right now. What's good, Eli? J-Rome is the bomb. Got a catch right there. Yeah, JK, I'm hearing that, and I didn't realize you were pitching Jim Schwartz as the head coach of Cleveland. I didn't even realize he was their DC. So you probably might have said it in the chat and I might have missed it, but that makes more sense now that I saw that Jim Schwartz was the DC in Cleveland. Obviously been doing a good job there. Appreciate you, B-Wall. Appreciate you guys being here. Get your votes in, guys. All right, let's keep it let's keep it focused in the chat. Keep it focused, no political discussions, please. All right. Furkan, we're gonna go in timeout for a little bit. Stick around, please. Stick around, please. We love all people. We love all people. Stick around. No politics in the chat, please, guys. So that made more sense when I saw that, and obviously he's been killing it as the DC in Cleveland. The question is how often, as little as possible. What's good, guys? Hope everybody's having a good night so far. Please make sure to vote in our poll. We're asking the question, are ghosts real? talking sports at the moment. You all different at night. How so, Jeremy? JK says not yet in 2026. Same, but that's part of the reason why the stream was a little late, maybe. Flyers playing the Penguins tonight. They were down 1-0 early. Is the moon flat? Good question. Definitely going to do best rivalry. I'm thinking players, though, you know? And one, ghosts were real about 3,000 years ago? Really? Not anymore, though. Rival dads? Went Flyers down 2-0. Flyers really slipping now. Uh-oh. B-Wall and I hop on the bandwagon. Which Rangers are you talking about, Alween? New York Rangers? New York Rangers? All right, guys. Well, I have a couple. I just had a couple that came to mind. Time to rebuild. Interesting. New York, you a New York fan in general? New York is definitely in a playoff drought, championship drought. We've been talking about that a lot on here, guys. Thanks for being here. Like, if not for LeBron, we did mention that, JK. It does make sense why, like, LeBron deserves the love in Cleveland. Like, if not for LeBron, Cleveland's without a championship for, like, how long? 60 years? Like, since Jim Brown. Maybe no bracket tonight, B-Wall, but definitely a list and discussion, bro. Okay, interesting. The everything NY. Hope everybody's having a good night so far. Stream's in a little bit. We're kind of like under occupation right now. Let me get up on the screen the best rival. Let me get it up so I can display it at the same time. Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry fans. Any night, guys, you guys are the best. Thanks for being here. It's all love up in the chat. Try to keep it positive, lighthearted, no politics. We can talk about stuff other than sports, but no politics, please. Did you see the video of when he found out? That's cool. Well, isn't he like the Hornets radio announcer or something, or maybe TV announcer? B-Wall, why the heavy heart, bro? Flyers down 2-0 early. Hey, maybe not the best start. Maybe not the best start. They have come back a lot, though. Color commentary. I love that video where, Steph's playing the Hornets. And great idea, B-Wall. Shout out B-Wall for the poll idea and that great idea. Anyone sharing any real ghost stories? Dan, it can be both. Well, Dan, you're onto it. You're onto it, bro. You're onto it. Well, we're gonna put best rivalries in sports. Player. It's both, Dan. I had to. Well, I'll say player versus player edition, but it could be player versus coach. I'm talking individuals, not like teams. Like, obviously, like Red Sox, Yankees, Flyers, Penguins. That's what inspired this idea, was Flyers. Exactly, Dan. Lefty or Tiger, Jordan or LeBron. We never made this list. I went over the lists, B-Wall. We can look at these lists. Playoffs, nicknames, previews. No, we didn't make. We might have started Guys, we are an AI company, an Allen Iverson company. I keep forgetting to push that. Collapses, sideline celebrities, controversial moments, sports restaurants, turnarounds, fun, indestructible athletes, tough as nails or paper tiger. But no, we never did best rivalries, bro. I know it's crazy. Joel Embiid versus the playoffs. Appreciate you, Serene. Well, TB12 versus Peyton Manning is a great one. Great one. I gotta get locked in here, guys. Well, one, we got the Messi versus Ronaldo, like Dan said. That one's litigated on YouTube every day. TB12 versus Peyton. I was thinking, guys, I know it's not Zion Williamson versus Food. TB12 versus Eli is a good one, too. It's a great one. That can both be on there. Zion Williamson versus Food. That's another good one. Messi versus Ronaldo. I was thinking PJ Carlissimo versus Latrell Sprewell. I know that's not player versus player, but it is like coach versus player. Magic versus Bird is a good one. Great one. I got to list some of these. TB12 versus Eli. TB12 versus Peyton. AI versus Larry Brown. Like these are all going to be great moments, you know. Allen Iverson versus Larry. They loved each other though. McNabb versus T.O. They did not love each other. Got a nice little Philly-centered Magic versus Bird. Tyson, guys, this is like, there's like so many good ones. Tyson versus Holyfield. The ear biting incident. We must have dreamed of making this list. Montana Marino. Rich Kotite versus Nick Soriano. Tell us about that one. Ali versus Frazier. I don't know anything about Rich Kotite versus Nick Soriano, though. Jeez, B-Lot. Jeez, JK. That's a crazy... Definitely Pedro versus Don Zimmer. Pedro, TB12, and Peyton versus Ray Lewis. Kotite was Eagles coach and the season didn't end well. No, I got you, bro. I got you, Jeremy. Richard Sherman versus Crabtree is a good one. JK, I'm thinking we stick on just the player versus player edition on this one. I mean, we can do a whole other one with team versus team. You know? Billie Jean King versus Bobby Riggs. Well, you're welcome, Tunchi. What's your favorite Lil Wayne song? We got T.O. and McNabb, B-Wall. We already got that. I like the Billie Jean King. We're under occupation. What's good, Deja? Swag Surf. Okay. No, I don't talk about politics there. My sports roundup. I'm surprised. MJ versus the Pistons. Cassie. MJ versus Isaiah Thomas. Took that personally. The Jordan rules. How do you spell Isaiah? Hopefully like that. KD versus Westbrook. We have covered some of these. So you guys are. I don't think we never made this list. Patrick Ewing versus Reggie Miller. Did they have a personal beef in their rivalry? I knew they were. Who were Cassidy versus Drake? Who were either of those guys? What's good, Deja? How's your night going? We haven't, Elena. That's the thing. Like, A-Rod, like, owns Chicago, JK. He does own Chicago. I didn't write Pedro versus Zimmer. I don't know if Pedro and Clemens ever had a rivalry. We'll put Pedro versus... Definitely Reggie versus Spike, though, for sure. Reggie versus Spike with the choke. That's an all-time moment, I think. When Reggie Miller goes like with the choke symbol, like that was cold. I don't know if Clemens and Bonds, did they have a rivalry? Definitely Reggie Miller versus B-Wall. Where are you getting your list from, bro? Also, these are all off the top of the dome. We got to have Federer and Nadal. Everyone on the Red Sox hated Clemens and A-Rod. Okay. That's definitely true. But, like, did people on the Yankees might have hated A-Rod even more? Sampras versus Agassi is a great one as well. I remember when they, like, played, what was it, Wimbledon final or something? I don't know. All those years ago. When Pistol Pete had the record. Pistol Pete is the second best Pistol Pete in sports history. Connors, McEnroe. Probably a lot of great tennis. Tennis is probably... Venus Serena is a haymaker. This might be good for... This is good for a bracket, guys. How big are we thinking? Mbappe versus Holland? Tell me about their rivalry. Muhammad, welcome, bro. Where are you coming at us live from? Chamberlain versus Bill Russell. Chamberlain versus the world. Chamberlain versus Bill Russell is fun. Norman versus OBJ. Guys, we're throwing some great ones out there. Guys, this is actually your quintessential bracket. We might do a bracket tonight. I don't know. What do you guys think? Guys, thanks for voting in the poll. 28 votes. 57% say yes. But our chat doesn't think our chat thinks humans built the pyramids and that we landed on the moon, but ghosts are real. I'm kind of like... Yikes. Jeremy, Ronaldo versus Mike Tyson is a good one, Deja. Oakley versus Lambeer. Josh Norman, OBJ, that was a real one? Jeremy, is that the one you were saying was real? Definitely got to get Venus and Serena on there. I think I missed that. That's a must. Are they even a rival, though? I guess they are. There was it was a good, like, friendly sibling rivalry, I said Connors, McEnroe. Lefty, Tiger. Definitely missing some that people said, though. Did I say Sampras? I didn't even write down Sampras Agassi. I'll say A-Rod versus Jeter. Norman and Joe PJ seriously hated each other. CP3 probably has a bunch. Gretzky Lemieux is a good one. Gretzky Messi. Vaughn Miller, Cam Newton. And Jeremy says that's too soon. Too soon. Coach K, Roy Williams is a good one too. These are all good ones, guys. Well, welcome from the UK, Mohammed. Mbappe versus the next evolution. They are the generation. You're right. You're right. Gretzky, Lemieux. What's more, guys? I'm thinking in our bracket, like each guy can only make one appearance. You know what I'm saying? Garnett versus Mello. Honey Nut Cheerios. Guys, that's what Kevin Garnett said that Lala, Carmelo's wife, tasted like. Honey Nut Cheerios. LeBron versus Delonte. Guys, when we do a bracket, pretty much everyone's got to be... Everyone can only make one appearance, you know? So we can list them all out. Canelo versus Triple G. Did I get Frazier? I might have missed Frazier versus Ollie. That's like a must. Jeremy. What's the deep cut, Elena? Oh, the Honey Nut Cheerios. KG. That is a deep cut. That is a deep cut, guys. For sure. CP3 Rondo. I didn't even get Gretzky. Who was Gretzky's bigger rival, Lemieux or Messier? Harden, Giannis, CP3 versus the rules. It's too soon, Jeremy. If can't just like Draymond versus Jordan Poole. How about that? Draymond versus Jordan Poole. Guys, that's a video we have to make. Was a Draymond versus Jordan Poole video with impact effects. Same wavelengths there, Jeremy. Draymond versus Jordan Poole. And guys, this is kind of the point is like, look, like we got, this is a fire list. Here's the fire list. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Von Miller, Cam Newton. I don't know. Do we put coaches on the list, guys? 30 votes, 57 to 43. Should coaches go on the list, Dan? That's why I haven't put on Harbaugh versus Tomlin yet. Just because I don't know. I didn't put Dean White. I didn't put Coach K versus Roy Williams on it either. Skip Bayless versus Stephen A. I don't know. I don't remember a Steve Smith, Aqib Talib rivalry, but Jeremy might. I don't think I put Frazier versus Ollie on there. Got to do that. No, I did. I did. Marty McSorley versus Bob Probert. That's a good one. Like it. All right, guys, we're going to start maybe start making a bracket here. Maybe. What are our thoughts? We feel like bracketing tonight? Dude, I'm in trouble, guys. Stream's under siege. Marty McSorley versus who? Oh, Dan, I thought B-Wall wrote that. I'm like... Peace out, Jeremy. Thanks for being here, man. John Starks, Reggie Miller. Bob Probert. Sugar Ray versus Duran. Was that a rivalry? That was a rivalry, Dan? Chelios versus Hextall. I like it. Gotta have enough hockey representation on here. I don't remember the Aqib Talib rivalry with Gretzky. We do have Gretzky versus Messier on this list somewhere. We gotta put Canelo versus Triple G on there, like you said. Josh Gordon versus Sobriety. Dave Schultz versus Dave Schultz. Most penalty minutes in a season or something? It's not a, what do you mean? It's not a rivalry? Is that what you mean, down? Clark Gillies. Ronaldo Wayne Rooney? Chelios had knocked Brian Propp out with a gross cheap shot, and Ron Hextall charged him and tackled him. Zlatan versus the world. I learned today they put a statue out of Zlatan in Sweden, and somebody stole his nose. I'll put Oakley versus Oakley versus Barkley too. Charles Oakley. Liked his beefs. Lambeer. I had Magic versus Bird. Young versus Montana. Steve Young. Who was the better quarterback? Now, I don't really remember either of. I don't remember any of. Who would you rather have? I heard Steve Young was great. Kobe versus Shaq. How great one, Dan? Uh-oh. Them's fighting words right in this chat, Frank. Money Mayweather versus Pacquiao is a good one. I don't know how you spell his name either. Pacquiao. Stone Cold versus who? How about Stone Cold versus The Rock? More like, you know? We putting that in. What about any NASCAR rivalries? Anybody know? Dale Earnhardt had any rivalries to speak of? The Rock, definitely The Rock versus Stone Cold. If it makes the list, I don't know. Probably a lot in boxing, a lot in tennis. Djokovic, Nadal. We got Nadal, Federer. I don't know. Does Djokovic? Patrick Vieira versus Roy Keane. Tell us a little bit about that one, Maddie Matters. Welcome back, Maddie. Tony Stewart versus Jeff Gordon. Hulk slammed Andre. That's a good one. Hulk versus Andre. I mean, I don't know if we end up putting John Cena. That's the thing. Like, we can't. I don't know if we can put the wrestling guys in there. It's kind of OP. They would fight each other on the pitch. Thanks for sharing that, Maddie. Patrick Vieira versus Roy Keane. What era are we talking here? Arsenal versus You're thinking I can put wrestling people? I'm just thinking it's a little OP because it's like there's. I mean, we talk about how there's storylines in other sports too, and all these other sports we're talking about also bleed into sports entertainment. But like, that is just straight up. We're definitely missing a lot of soccer ones, but that's a good one. We got a couple. We got Messi versus Ronaldo. We got Patrick Vieira versus Roy Keane. What do you mean it's all for the views, bro? What do you mean? That's like JK saying wrestling is a bracket all to itself because like those are 1-versus-1 matchups for the most part. They're they're rivals. Sure, I'm not saying it's not an athletic event, but a little more manufactured on the rivalries. Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury is a good one. That's a good one. I saw a video of, Tyson Fury getting up from that Wilder punch and then winning. It's crazy. There's totally enough wrestling to be its own B-Wall. Like Booker, I think so. We're gonna transition to putting it in a bracket: Wilder versus Fury, Nick Sirianni versus professionalism. Dan is correct on that one. I don't know. They're not giving us a straight answer. They're not giving us a straight answer about how much input Nick Sirianni is going to have into who's the new offensive coordinator for the Eagles. We'll see. B-Wall, you can guess. That's why, Maddie, we're going to do a bracket here shortly. Try to figure out, but you're right. It's all manufactured. The rivalries are not, we put them on this list, but if we do a bracket, they're not gonna make the cut. Did I get Kobe versus Shaq? I better have. I'm gonna put it on there anyway. Got it second time. I don't think I had it on there. It's like some of the more obvious ones I probably just straight up missed. It's funny you guys thought we did this before. I really don't think we did this before. Maybe we started talking about it, how maybe that's something I wanted to do. Biggie versus Tupac. We didn't forget about Shaq. Somebody pitched it. Biggie versus Tupac. We can go so many different directions with these individual rivalries. It is a top rivalry. East Coast ain't got no love for the West Coast. I guess you could put Snoop Dogg in there too. Ovechkin versus Crosby. That's kind of one I thought about too, Dan, today when I was thinking of this idea for Ovechkin versus Crosby. Crosby playing tonight, right? Flyers, what's the score of that match, that game? Snoop and Death Row Records versus what? Bad Boy Entertainment? Death Row versus Bad Boy? Don't look, it's even worse, Dan? I looked, it was 2-0. Is it like it's even worse? That's not good. All right, I won't look. I don't know, guys. Who was Michael Jordan's biggest rival? I don't know if it was Shaq. Karl Malone? Nah, right? It was Isaiah Thomas. I guess we do have MJ versus Isaiah Thomas. I guess that might have been the player he hated the most. 03? Snoop stole Jordan versus himself. We do have that on the list. Jake Paul and KSI. I guess, did they fight? They might have fought, right? I think they did. Maybe it was KSI. I don't know. That's another sports entertainment. Maybe leans more entertainment. Manufactured rivalry. Kind of. They do hate each other? Really? I didn't know that. That's cool to know. Flyers down 0-3 to their... Okay, I knew that KSI fought Logan Paul and not Jake Paul. But they don't like each other. The one I'd never heard of was Rich Kotite versus Nick Soriano. Did he mean... I don't know. Chamberlain versus Russell. I think I got that one up there. Thanks for being here tonight. Hope everybody's happy. Maradona versus Pele. It's a great one. That was the fight that started all that. Well, I think he saw the dollar signs he could get with the Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz is a good one. Definitely. I don't know much about... Were Maradona versus Pele rivals? Put it on there. I don't know much about the history. If you want to share any about the history, that'd be awesome. We'll put McGregor versus... Is that his number one rival? I mean, he liked to have rivals. Tito Ortiz, Ken Shamrock. JK, I don't know much about that rivalry. I don't. So like in the 80s YouTube world, that's what everybody was debating, Maddie, was Maradona versus Pele. And I guess the old goats before, yeah. I guess they were from rival countries too, like Argentina versus Brazil. It's true. Were they contemporaries though? Did they play at the same time? Big rivalry there too. Yeah, like, I mean, obviously we could do a whole different list about the best rivalries, like team edition, you know? Like Argentina versus Brazil, or I don't know, who's England's biggest rival as a national squad? Football-wise, soccer-wise? I don't know. America versus Canada in hockey is a big rivalry. I think maybe we started talking about this. Mahomes versus Hurts. It's a good one, B-Wall, but I feel like it's not really a rivalry. Like, they don't play enough. Like, they played in the Super Bowl. Biggest rivalry in England is Germany. Is it vice versa, too? I was gonna say yes, it does date back to World War II. Shamrock Ortiz were fantastic fights. I saw Ken Shamrock, JK, I'm not gonna lie, I started thinking professional wrestling. I'm like, I was thinking and then I'm like, okay, now you're right. Now I see it. You're right. UFC, MMA, Ken Shamrock versus Ortiz. Did you watch those live? Kosar Elway in the 80s? Yeah, because they went to... I'll say Allen versus Mahomes. B-Wall. Over... I'm going to say Allen versus Mahomes over... It's Allen versus Mahomes over Hurts versus Mahomes. Like, no disrespect to Jalen Hurts. Yeah, he's my boy, but... Well, sweet, JK... So you've been a UFC fan since the beginning, basically, or close to the beginning? Do you remember like the OG? Well, you said Mark Kerr. Mark Kerr was like from your hometown or something like that. Let's be honest, it's Hurts versus Sirianni. Yeah, the Eagles are for such a successful franchise, they are so dysfunctional. Guys, it's kind of crazy. Getting started making the bracket, guys. I'm thinking 32. 32 team bracket. Time to switch up the poll, B-Wall says. Okay, what are we switching it up to, bro? GSP was the GOAT for you, Maddie? Uncle 4. I'm thinking we're bracketing, bro. I'm not going to include all of these, but... Uh-oh. Just started a blank poll. Poll will be bracket selections, you right? Who was... I'm going to say Gretzky versus Lemieux. Well, who was Gretzky's bigger rival? Lemieux or Messier? Anybody wants to set me straight on that one? I'll put KG versus Melo in there for fun. And who should Brady's opponent be? Should Brady's opponent be Eli or Peyton? I mean, because we can't. I'm gonna put Peyton. I know it really is Eli. Eli's the one that beat him twice in the Super Bowl. But the more, I don't know. At the time, the bigger rivalry was definitely Manning versus Brady. That's my thought. Exactly, Peyton, JK. I agree. It's got to be Brady versus Peyton. I agree. Magic versus Bird. Oh my God. Haymaker. Tyson Holyfield. That one resulted in an ear being bitten off. We'll do 32, I think. We're definitely close to it. You just tuned into the Flyers. They were teammates. That's right. They were teammates on the Oilers, right? Hey, they're coming back. Let's go. 3-1's better than last we checked, B-Wall. You're right, Eli. Let's do it, guys. This is a great... B-Wall's watching Are you watching the Flyers and tuned into the stream at the same time, guys? That's awesome. Thanks for being here tonight, guys. Coming at you live from the commercial break. Well, welcome, dude. Welcome, bro. Hockey knowledge. Guys, it's cold. That little fake warm-up. Flin Flon? Neil Young, too, Dan? B-Ball, that's a good one. That's a good one. Coming at you live from the commercial break. I've never heard of Flin Flom, and I'm a Flynn myself, a Flim Flam and Flynn. And Flin Flon being a place. Never heard of it. I'm the Flim Flam and Flynn from Flin Flom. The Flim Flam and Flynn from Flin Flom. Gotta put up Patrick Vieira versus... That's a good one, though. Vieira versus Keane. That was Arsenal Man U. Learned that tonight. Shout out Matty Matters. Thanks for sharing that one. Dude, I gotta put Oakley. I'm gonna put Oakley versus Charles Barkley. Just to get Chuck on there. Sorry, JK. You know it's all love. Tiny Toon with two icons, a sports icon and a music icon. Coming at you live from the It's All Flom. And he takes on flan, like the dessert flan. Flan, I guess, not flan. Flan. All right, guys, couple more. I'll put Tony Stewart versus Jeff Gordon on there. There probably some other good NASCAR rivalries, of course. Allen Iverson versus Larry Brown cracks me up, Dan. All right, we're pretty much there, guys. Mbappe versus Haaland. Lefty versus Tiger. That one's going way up the list. Lefty, Phil Mickelson. Guys, Liv is like falling apart, kind of, apparently. I'm going to put Gretzky versus Messier. I know somebody else said that wasn't one. I don't know. I guess it's... the hockey disrespect's going to continue. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know the truth myself. I'm going to put McSorley versus Probert on there. That's the last... That's 32nd seed right now. I mean, there are going to be some stuff. I got to put Norman versus OBJ. Starbursts or Jolly Ranchers? I'm picking Starbursts myself. Although I don't like either of those, TBH. Jolly Ranchers. Action's back. Let's go. Appreciate you all for being here. We're about to start our first bracket of 2026. Conceived. Live on stream. I mean, hopefully there are no repeats, but it's all good. Oh, I got Lefty versus Tiger on here twice. Maybe no, I didn't. I just moved it up. I got Maradona versus Pele twice. That's it. All right, guys. He did? Oh, jeez. I think I've seen that video. It's a rough one. I saw that video. Gosh, hockey can be brutal. Stream might be under siege here. Rivalry, Clark versus the stream. McSorley, what teams did McSorley play for? I remember seeing that video and being like very disturbed by it. Like there's blood all over the floor. I mean, shouldn't laugh. Shouldn't laugh. What's good, Clark? Thanks, guys. Hope everybody's having a good night. Hope everybody had a good day so far. Or more, hope if it's morning where you're coming from, welcome. Oh, Dan, I know that one. Oh, God. I know which. I just know by Jameis versus Crab Legs. Appreciate you, B-Wall. I am having a great day. You know, if I'm live on stream, guys, I'm having a great day. Gong, polls live. If I'm not live on stream, nah, you don't gotta check on me though. I'll be fine. If I'm not live on stream ever, unsuspectingly, just know I'll be back the next day. I'll be fine. Carson versus Hikaru. What do you mean? F and I, welcome back, bro. How's your night going, man? I know that's chess. Oh, like Carlson. It's a good one. Uh-oh. Who do you like more? Magnus Carlsen versus what's good? Clark. I'm in so much danger, guys. Who do you prefer as a chess player? All right, that one's over. I'm in so much trouble, guys. That was such a he lived, right? Oh, this is a great matchup right here, guys. Best chess rival. Who's Bobby Fischer's rival? Didn't Bobby Fischer have a rival too? He might be. He's more like one in a billion, I'd say, right? It's 5-1 for Messi versus Ronaldo. I mean, that's gonna go far. I'd imagine. We'll see. Thanks for voting, guys. Thanks for being here tonight. Bobby Fischer versus Boris Spassky. Gary Kasparov too. Isn't Bobby Fischer F and I? Didn't you say he's one of your favorite chess players? Yeah. I mean, I totally understand that. Malarchuk. Oh my God, Tanya Harding versus. But that's the thing, Dan. It's Tanya Harding versus Nancy Kerrigan. Oh, what a L, dude. I'll hold that L. Thanks for making me hold that all night long, dude. Jeez, that's a great one, bro. Tanya Harding versus Nancy Kerrigan. Talk about all-time rivalries. That's one. Thanks for the votes, guys. I'll hold that L. I'll hold it. Oh, that's one of. I mean, because that's literally. I mean that's a rivalry that went into physical violence and the courtroom. Maybe the women don't like this one, B-Wall. This is about like fighting, you know. Exactly. We're like maybe that's why this isn't as. Guys, thanks everybody for joining the streams. Khabib versus Conor. No, it is it's totally one. I think we have McGregor versus like Diaz on here, but that was probably a better one to put on there. F and I. Jeff Gilhooly shout out. Who's that? JK. Was he involved in the Tanya Harding stuff? 4-3 lefty versus Ty. Wow, this was a. I mean, this could have been. Those are two top rivalries right there. I guess McGregor might have not made the bracket. It's too bad. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese is a great one. That's another. We'll do an all-women rivalry bracket for all the women we missed. I don't know if I put Venus and Serena in there either. I don't know if I put Serena in there either. Appreciate everybody for voting. Guys, you guys are awesome. Lena, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I did not mean to. It's all love up in here, guys. Line is Usain Bolt. It's another good one. F and I. I wish you were. I mean, maybe I could have taken more time to. We definitely should have had. Those are two we missed. Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan. Led to bloodshed and figure skating, and then Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark, like probably the number one, the Magic versus Bird of the WNBA, and they're still gonna fumble it. Could have gone 64. You're right, Dan. Appreciate it, guys. Who won that one? Maradona versus Pele. Wow. 6-2. Thanks everybody for voting. We're gonna finish this one tonight. GGG was the best fight ever. B-Wall. No gaslighting. All right, guys, we'll call that one. Magic versus Bird. I mean, this could have been the number one seed. Schultz versus Gillies. What's the... Everybody like... Dan, you're so right. That is such a good idea, bro. That is such a good idea. A Jackie Moon poster. I do have... I'll show you. I have one thing I'm going to put up behind me. But you are right, Dan. Like, maybe when I get some time this weekend, I'll decorate Make a studio or something. No, Elena, it's not. No, I said I hold the L. Guys, I told you. I hold the L. Told you, Elena. Come on, I hold the L. Who won? Canelo versus Triple G? 4-1. I need it, Pistol Pete. Guys, Pistol Pete didn't make this bracket. The other Pistol Pete did. I've got stream is under siege. All right. Thanks everybody for voting. You guys are the best. Who won that? Magic versus Bird. I mean, like I said, that could have been the number 1 seed. Young versus Montana. I don't. No, it's because I moved him. I'm like, get off. The Barkley poster is a good idea, JK. Great. Only great ideas. Only great ideas in the chat. We said that, right? You guys are the best. Cat's trying to take over the stream. Not gonna let him. I love him. Clark versus the stream is the legit rivalry, though. Clark versus the Cats versus the computer. Let's go, Elena. You got. Oh, it's killing it. Wow. Let's go. Elena loves TO. We need. I did abs today at the gym, Elena. I was looking like TO. No, just kidding. TO's one of the most athletic people ever to play in the NFL. One of the top 3 wide receiver of all time. Pretty sure. All right, that's getting ended. That's funny, Elena. Clark versus Ponce. It's more Ponce versus Cinnamon, Elena. Or I'm sorry, Frank. It's more. The TO had like just more abdominal muscles than or were physically possible somehow. Clark versus Ponce is a good one, Frank, but it's not quite the rivalry that Ponce versus Cinnamon is. You think so, JK? He had 3 people's worth of abdominal strength. You think so, JK? Well, who was Iverson's number 1 rival, Kai? Iverson is my favorite player too. Maybe your favorite player as well. The exercise we're doing today. Here, let me get this up. What am I doing? This has been there the whole time. Best sports rivalries. That's what we're doing. Yeah, it's probably versus Kobe. I love Allen Iverson, but like, who was his number 1 rival? Maybe Kobe Bryant. You know, Allen Iverson's my favorite player. Maybe yours too, Kai. Hopefully. Okay, guys, I gotta cast my first tie-breaking vote, and it's. Let's go. Oh, guys, next one is a good matchup. Iverson Rondo. I'll have to look that up, JK. Versus the casino. I'm going to cast a tie-breaking vote for MJ versus Isaiah. Sorry, Sampras versus Agassi. Little bit of tennis disrespect in the chat. Not actually. It's all love for tennis, but I'm going to put MJ versus... gotta have MJ going on in terms of rivalry. I guess that's just my opinion, guys. The thing is, like, A-Rod and Jeter were teammates, though, so that's... This is a good matchup, though. Interesting votes so far. Thanks everybody for voting. Appreciate it. Get your votes in. Still haven't been hitting that gong, but... Well, Kobe versus Shaq is maybe just is the better rivalry, Elena. It might have nothing to do with basketball versus baseball. I hear you, but well, let's see. We got another tennis matchup. Tennis is a shot. You guys like the highly seated? I'm in so much danger right now, guys. I don't know if you can tell. I'm in a lot of danger. No, that's why it was a good one. It was a good rivalry. But aren't they on the same are they on the same post game these days, JK? You know? Doing baseball? Post game for the MLB. Guys, I like A-Rod as an analyst personally. I'm on the weekdays. How about this? Weekdays sativa, weekends indica. Depends though. Right now, the rivalry is Clark versus the stream / me streaming. You see that look in his eyes? Like he's about to attack, bro. You see that? Clarky. It's okay. It's okay. You see that, Dan? Like you see how much danger I put myself through to do this? Like it's like if I don't, I can do this and I'll still. It's known. Okay, let's go. He's the best. He's the best. He's the best. But yeah, this is the danger we put our. You see that? I said this is the danger as he attacked. As he attacked. I'm like, this is the danger I put myself through. As he attacked. He's the best. I love him so much. He's the best. I do need a helmet. No, I'm good, guys. I'm good. No, it's like freezing outside, and he doesn't even want to go outside. He just doesn't really love it that I'm not. What? Apron used to shout out that Dan's vocabulary right there with the apron. Apurists keeping the bees away. Oh my god, bro. like a fencer's helmet. Oh man, it's all love, like here at Former Squad HQ and beyond. But like, geez, geez, I tell you, helmet incoming. I'm talking rivalries. Yeah, that's Dan. That's one of the best. We do have a high vocabulary, deep lexicon on this stream, but that's definitely one of the best words ever said in the chat. Thanks, guys, for voting. Polls have been good too. Like, nobody's getting slaughtered. I mean, nobody's also complained about the committee's seating so far, and also the only oversights we said are Tanya Harding versus Nancy Kerrigan. Venus and Serena I forgot to throw in there too. And what was the other one? Oh, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Jeez. We'll do an all-female one later, guys, at some point. Flyers down 4-1. What's happening, Dan? If you could objective, like, what do you think is happening to the squad? Just like going through the lulls of the season, because they were so hot. They were on fire, dude. Like a couple weeks ago. Forgot about Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs. I'm sorry, Clarks. The committee holds that. I hold myself accountable for missing on that one. KG versus Mello beat Norman versus OBJ. All right, we have our first unanimous snub bracket. The Harbaughs, the Harbaugh. Do you guys think it's a good hire for the Giants? It's all indications are pointing that John Harbaugh is going to be the next coach of the Giants. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think it's both like, it's not great for the Eagles, but I don't know how great it is. I think he's a good coach, but I think it's a terrible idea by John Harbaugh. I wouldn't go there. I'd go to he went to the Falcons. I'd went to the Falcons. I'd go to the Falcons over. Personally, if I had the choice between the Falcons and the Giants head coaching job, I'd probably pick the Falcons in this day and age. All right, we got our first unanimous, guys. All right. Sorry, Bernie Kosar. Sorry, John Elway. The drive, the fumble, right? Is that what it was? The fumble? LeBron versus Bronny? What's Bronny been up to these days? Is he still shooting 25% in the NBA? First unanimous. I mean, Tyson versus Holyfield, I could have seeded that as danger incoming, guys. Danger incoming. That one could have been seeded top 5. That one could have been a top 10 seeding. So maybe maybe a bit of a seeding error right there. Tony Romo. How about Tony Romo versus like the clutch? Tony Romo versus poise. I know, JK. I was surprised. I mean, I guess like I said, you're right. You're tough. All right. Yeah, these are some high. Yeah. These are high seeds. They're probably going to go far. 450 subs. Let's go, Winnie. I know. We crossed that live on stream today. 500, guys. We're up 65 subs this year. Calendar year alone, 2026. Thanks, everybody, for being a part of the live streams. I know we've gotten away. AJ versus drops. We've gotten a little bit away from posting some of these shorts and videos and stuff, but live streams have been dope. We'll continue that. We'll keep working to get better, making more videos, do more stuff, all that stuff. So thanks for being a part of it, guys. AJ versus drops. Definitely call this one. Ali Frazier, that's another one. Committee might own that one. That's a seeding. I was going to do it today, Elena. Was going to do it today. But we're having all this other stuff, all this other. I said we'll do it maybe at the end of the stream. Browns versus winning season. It'll drop soon, Elena. Dan, you guys are the best. Browns money versus Manny. You can start to monetize at 500. They're like, but I also, guys, we're gonna keep. It's not gonna be, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there, You'll see me here live tomorrow. I'll be here live tomorrow morning, 9:30. We'll do some version of a Fun Friday edition. Yeah, basically at 500, we're gonna have, but you need watch hours too. Deshaun versus, how about Deshaun Jackson versus the goal line? Deshaun versus. Mean Joe Green dropping soon, guys. Dropping soon. Gonna try to spin some wheels tomorrow. Do a Fun Friday. What's good, Kasha? Huge former squad matchup tonight. Which one is it? How's your night going? We were following the Flyers Penguins game. That's what inspired this conversation. Best sports rivalries. Mitch Marner faces the Leafs. Mitch Marner, tell me. Coming up again, he used to play for the Leafs. Very cool. I don't know Mitch Marner though. Kasha, the hockey disrespect continues. Okay, you traded last year. Dan's a Mitch Marner guy. What team does he play for now? Never. I'm sorry, guys. The hockey disrespect is gonna. It's gonna continue. And now he plays for Okay, I think I did see that, guys. There was some big gambling news story broke as well today, like big time like match fixing stuff. I was gonna talk about that at the jump, but decided to jump into this bracket. I guess this one's over from the jump too. Mitch Marner returns to face his former squad. Guys, thanks. This is Former Squad Live Evening Edition. Thank you all for being here. He's going to get booed? But that's everybody, Kasha, right? You got I'm not trying to rub salt in the wounds, but he's not the only one that didn't show up in the playoffs. So did he kind of choose to leave? NASCAR disrespect might continue a little bit. Definitely that one's over. That's unanimous. Got two more matchups in the first round. He wanted out. That changes things, Kasha. What are your personal feelings? Marner, same draft as McDavid and Eichel. JK. What are you looking forward to most about that list? Who's going? Deshaun, I guess. Who else? This is a good matchup right here. I'll remember it, B-Wall. / we have it live on stream. That was another unanimous vote. Brady versus Peyton. I could have put that one up there. It could have been Brady versus Eli too. Backlog for next brackets. Yeah, guys, anybody want to pitch bracket ideas or lists? Doesn't have to be brackets. Yeah, he's dead. It's the same thing with me and Scott Rowland, Kasha. I feel like that about Scott Rowland, even though it was 25 years ago. Scott Rowland's in the Hall of Fame, and Barry Bonds isn't. It is a different energy when they turn. Interesting. Wow, Chamberlain versus list of lists. So was Mitch Marner like the Leafs' best player? And exactly, it's why the Flyers fans hate Cutter Gauthier. That's a good one. But like, guys, remember? I mean, we do have Caleb Williams versus Jaden Daniels. Who are we picking in that one going forward, guys? I might shock the world and say I'm picking Caleb Williams in that one. I'd rather have Caleb Williams going forward than Elena. Elena, we're on the same page. Don't worry. We're on the same page. All right, guys. This is our last first round matchup. Although we did do that list at one point, Elena, I don't think we did the bracket like motivational sports athletes. It's not quite the same. You're right. It's not quite the same, but we did a motivational sports athletes list at one point. Chamberlain versus Russell. Interesting. Got the dub over KD versus Westbrook. Yeah, we can do villains. Good call, B-Wall. We'll say villains. Heels. Heel turns. Jaden all day. Jaden doesn't wear nail polish either. It's true. It's true, but that'd be interesting. I mean, I guess I did see a stat, guys. That's funny, JK. I did see a stat that Matt Stafford is like 1-9 when the temperature is Stafford's like 1-9 when the temperature's under some degree. I forget what degree the cutoff was, but the point is it's going to be cold. Stafford's played his career in Detroit domes and LA now recently. So, I don't know. Definitely agree with the Allen versus Mahomes, guys. 6-. Oh, what? Oh, there we go. All right, we're on to the second round here, guys. Kasha was there when Cena went heel. What was Cena's heel turn? What did it look like? I don't remember. I haven't. Tomlin. They have lost. That's a good one. Coach player combos. There's a good one. I like this. I mean, this was a pretty good bracket tonight, guys. That was my thought. I'm like, darn. I was at the gym watching the TVs. I saw Flyers Penguins tonight. I'm like, darn. Buried the lead today, but we can talk about that on stream tonight. And I was thinking rivalries. And then, obviously we've been having this Messi versus Ronaldo. He turned on Cody Rhodes with The Rock. I was never the biggest John Cena fan. I remember when John Cena came out was a rapper. That's I've been watching it since back in the day. That's it. We could do Bill Belichick versus Andy Reid. Bill Belichick versus Tom Brady, kind of too, or Robert Kraft. Belichick and the Patriots are rivals right now. They hate each other. It was Brady all along. I never knew that, guys. That's my opinion now. It was Brady all along. Never knew that. The Steagles, what year was that, Dan? Like 1943 or 44 or something during World War II? The Steelers and Eagles combined. Guys, this is our first matchup of the second round. Tiger versus Lefty. Phil Mickelson versus Tiger. They're still rivals to this day. You know, like Phil Mickelson got 200 mil to go to live. And then Tiger's like doing his best to run the PGA Tour, even though he hasn't played in an event. He didn't play an event last year. First tiebreaker. No, I think I broke one other tie before, maybe. Belichick versus Sleeves. Yeah, it is a tiebreaker though, guys. In interest of the, I'm gonna go with Lefty versus Tiger. That's more of an actual rivalry. Like they don't hate each other, they like each other. But, like, we had that on there, Kasha. We did have Kobe versus Shaq. Because they were rivals. SG would be furious? Absolutely. But one, guys, I'm not doing... I mean, you know, yeah, I was kind of, you know... Obviously, I don't mind throwing in some stuff for some clickbait stuff in there. But, like... That's like actually, I'm not gonna like not vote what I actually think, you know? Like Messi versus Ronaldo is considered the top rivalry, but they're not actually rivals. Like how many years? Well, I guess they were. Messi did play for Barcelona, and Ronaldo was at Real Madrid for probably a long time, so I guess they are actually rivals. So, it's all good. Appreciate everybody for being here. Thanks for voting, guys. What do you mean, bro? SG would be furious. He would be furious. That's just facts. Guys, we'll be back on tomorrow morning, like 9:30 a.m. is when I'll get online. Sometime around then. Hopefully by 9:30-ish. He might unsub if he saw. But he'd get it. He gets it. Maradona versus Pele takes down Canelo versus GGG. This is another one. This is another really good one, guys. Magic versus Bird. I like the double versus, too. Magic versus Bird versus McNabb versus T.O. This is a good one. Maradona versus Pelé. Defeated Canelo versus Triple G. No, I mean, like, this bracket shaping up nice, guys. This was one of our, I think this was one of our cleaner bracket ideas, you know? Philly T.O. bias, you think? Only the Philly bias. That's the only way this one can win? Possibly. Yeah, but like the thing is, like, McNabb and T.O. really were rivals. I guess, I don't know. I guess so were Magic and Bird. You know? So were Magic and Bird. Too bad. Sorry, Magic. Sorry, Bird. Your rivalry was deemed worse in terms of a sports rivalry than T.O. versus McNabb. JK versus that's a good one. JK versus Philly Barkley. Philly and Barkley. JK versus Philly fans. Get your votes in, guys. We can work on planning that, JK. I heard the tickets were like super expensive. I don't know. What does everybody think? Ty Domi versus Philly fans? They definitely don't like Ty Domi here in Philadelphia, that's for sure. That's for darn sure. I'd be down. JK. We'll look at the schedule. They got games in Toronto there too, Kasha. Connors versus McEnroe, KG versus Mello. Max Domi is decent as an actual hockey player, though. Kobe versus Shaq just straight dusted MJ versus Isaiah. Interesting. Now, that's a good one. Kobe versus Shaq, hey, it's probably the favorite right now. Just because, that's one that's they started out as teammates and then they were both great and then they separated, because they couldn't coexist on the same team. I know Ty Domi was the enforcer, wasn't he? Or was Max Domi? Or Sean Avery? I know we don't like Sean Avery. Shaq disrapped his teammate. So would we put, Dan, are we putting Domi in the latter category, or we're putting Avery in the latter category? What about McSorley? Does McSorley go into any of those categories? But Carcillo is a flyer, right, Dan? What's the one flyer I really like? I don't know how to say his name. He flies around the ice though. I forget his name. I'll look it up. McSorley is a psychopath. This is a great matchup, guys. This is one of our better matchups. Tyson versus Holyfield versus Ali versus Frazier. What's the better sports rivalry? Geez. Connors and McEnroe. Must have been a pretty good rivalry. It's moving on there. Lindros is the only flyer you have love for? No, it's not Konechny, Dan. Let me figure out who's the flyer that he was flying around the ice. He's got some Lindros, the next one when we did our nickname bracket. Gong. It's been a minute, guys. Thanks for all the votes tonight, guys. Thanks for being here. Money versus Manny. Brady versus Peyton. Too bad the Money versus Manny fight happened like 5 years after it should have, maybe? Ali Frazier defeats Tyson over Holyfield. So far, we got setting up the Elite Eight, guys. We're almost at the Elite Eight. Probert, man, just chose violence. I'm not in any danger anymore at the moment, guys. I'm clear and I'm in the clear. I gotta Grabenkin, Dan. Nikita Grabenkin. I was impressed by Nikita Grabenkin. Is that a crazy take? I was watching Nikita Grabenkin fly around the ice. I don't know. Don't know much about hockey. But I was liking what I was seeing out of Nikita Grabenkin. Plus, it seems like he cares, you know? It seems like he's I mean, that's the cool thing about hockey. It really, it seems like they care more than other sports. I don't know if that's just because it's so physical, and requires so much effort. I mean, other sports require effort too, but all right, guys, this is the end of our second round here. This is the last matchup to set up the Elite Eight. We're doing best sports rivalries here tonight. Holyfield didn't want the smoke. Tyson was just unhinged. I guess he's a changed man these days. What do you mean, JK? Wow, Chamberlain versus Russell defeats Allen versus Mahomes. I like it, though. I like a historical basis for that. I'm cool with that. Historical basis. Guys, we're into the Elite Eight. How are you saying it's balanced, JK? You're saying that's what I'm saying. I think this is one of the cleaner brackets we've ever had. In terms of I don't know what I really mean by that, but Maradona versus Pele, lefty versus Tiger. These are good matchups. Matchups of matchups. Lists of lists. I love that line, Dan. We got lefty. All right, so here's the Elite Eight that we got. We got lefty versus Tiger. Lefty, Phil Mickelson. Live Golf defector versus Tiger Woods, face of the PGA Tour. I mean, they were the two of the best golfers ever, and came up in the same era. Maradona versus Pele, Argentina versus Brazil. Hand of God versus... Pele was the one who brought soccer to America. McNabb versus T.O. versus Kobe versus Shaq. Connors versus McEnroe. Those guys were both crazy. That's why that one's moved on so much, I believe. We got a good one. A good high dopamine short would be a Connors versus McEnroe short, tennis's best all-time rivalry or tennis's craziest rivalry, versus Ali versus Frazier classics. Three matchups: the Thrilla in Manila, the Rumble in the Jungle. And finally, we got Brady versus Peyton. Tom Brady, TB12 versus Peyton Manning. That defined the AFC for 10 years, basically. And then Wilt Chamberlain versus Bill Russell. The OG centers. OG big man debate. The passion for hockey starts with a young age. Love that. Interesting. So they start. Okay, I thought like in America. That's what I'm saying, JK. Exactly. Very super balanced outside T.O. McNabb. Exactly. If Magic Bird, that's the only wonky one. Them beating Magic versus Bird. I kind of agree with that. Eric Lindros. Them's fighting words, Dan Flynn. That's what I was, Dan. I was surprised to hear that from Kasha. I thought, like, in America, there's no way they let him drop the gloves that early. I would think. You know? All right, we're talking best sports rivalries, player versus player edition. Scott Stevens is one of the unspeakable names of this chat. Interesting, Kasha. See, like in America, I'm pretty sure they don't let him fight like that, like 16 years old and stuff. That's interesting. Lefty versus Tiger defeats Maradona versus Pele. Oh, Elena. Elena says sorry, not sorry. JK says I swear. Chat, I swear. JK's like, I'm gone. I'm peacing out. It's true. Guys, we got a couple seconds left in this matchup. Get your votes in, guys. I think everybody voted, though. What's up, GoFuto? Tom Wilson stands. What's up, GoFuto? Appreciate everybody. JK can live another day. Connors versus McEnroe. That's going to be... I got to look into more of that. That rivalry's taken that's gone a long way. So no can't be accused of hockey disrespect, or tennis can be accused of hockey disrespect always. Tennis can't be accused of tennis disrespect. That's just how it is. Kobe versus Shaq moves on. All right, so we got two people in the final. Lefty versus Tiger, Kobe versus Shaq. Right now we got Connors versus McEnroe and Ali versus Frazier. B-Wall might have dipped momentarily. I haven't heard from him in 20 minutes. Dan Flynn, how was the practice? Was it ball movement tonight you were talking about? Passing the rock? Pass me the rock? Sharing it? Good to hear their team is coming together. How deep in the season are we? Have they played any games yet? Dan Flynn is a basketball. Get your votes in, guys. I'm going to have to call it. I'm going to have to... Lots of screening and cut. What? 6-1, Dan? They are really kind of crumbling. All right, we'll give it 10 seconds, and then I got to cast a tie-breaking vote. All right, I'll cast a tie-breaking vote. Just to mix, I'm gonna go with Connors versus McEnroe. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Connors versus McEnroe. They got it this far. We're trying to not disrespect any sports. Ali versus Frazier. Everybody knows about Ali versus Frazier. We'll put up Connors versus McEnroe in the. We'll put Connors versus... I mean, clearly they made it this far, bro. Keep them spicy. I mean, yeah, sure, I could vote. I could vote. I mean, these are good matchups. You know, this is one of our cleanest, most solid, most balanced brackets we've ever done. Least Philly bias, all that stuff. I'm gonna try to look up the 30 seed. Jake, yeah, you know, in the Final Four. Crazier things have happened. I'm going to look up something about the Connors-McEnroe rivalry. McEnroe led 20-14. T.O. Oh, there's a video. We'll look up. There's a video of Jimmy Connors pushed McEnroe away. We got a lot of great teachers, coaches, all that stuff in the chat. Great athletes too, of course. But is that what it was, Dan Flynn? It better not have been too much fiesta. All right, Brady versus Peyton with the 4-0 win. I've never heard that before, Dan Flynn. If that's what it was, that's terrible, dude. That's terrible. All right, guys, we got the Final Four. Got the Final Four going. It's Lefty versus Tiger. Lefty versus Tiger. Kobe versus Shaq is the first matchup. And then Connors versus McEnroe versus Brady versus Peyton. Great Final Four, great bracket. Thanks for making this list and bracket with me tonight, guys, for voting. Figured it out. I mean, we figured it out. These are the top rivalries of sport. McNabb was legit party guy on away games. Eyewitness. Oh my! We're breaking news and hearts in the chat. Here I'm like, I thought he threw up because he was nervous, and I'm like, I was thinking I thought he threw up because he was nervous, bro. Ugh. Really good Final Four, guys. Really good bracket. Lefty versus Tiger. Kobe versus Shaq. Connors versus McEnroe. Brady versus Peyton. 4 different sports. Tennis. Golf. Basketball. Football. It's cool. Good to see. Thanks for being here tonight, guys. Been a great night. Great day. T.O. We got eyewitness for T.O. being a party boy too. Who would you rather go bar hopping with, guys? T.O. or Tom Brady? Ali Frazier lost, Dan Flynn. I cast a tie-breaking vote. You can put that one on me. It was 2-2 in the chat, and I moved Connors versus McEnroe on over Ali versus Frazier. Now, and so they did get to the Elite Eight. I just, want to see something different. This is, a little more sports entertainment than like clear, true sports research a little bit, That's why I made that vote. Partially. Spicy vote, but. All right, guys. Kobe Shaq moves on to the finals over Lefty versus Tiger. All right, so our final four matchup: Jimmy Connors versus John McEnroe. Am I spelling? I think he spelled it like that. Versus Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning. B-Wall, what's good, bro? Might have been the nerves, but in Cleveland, you can party and still win by 14. Unfortunate facts for your Browns and the dog pound there, JK. JK is a Cleveland kid. Kasha, thanks for joining us tonight, this week, everybody. Thanks for being here. Flyers continuing to fall downhill this year. Be their 5th straight loss, believe. Not great, guys. Not great. Thanks for voting in the chat, guys. Thanks for voting in the polls. We're about to be at our... And this is honestly... I mean, this is how it should have been. You could have put it... I mean, you could... I think you could... I think it makes sense as the finals. Kobe versus Shaq. Brady versus Peyton. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Cleveland. I hear that the architecture there is beautiful. All right, guys, so this is our finals matchup discussing the best sports rivalries, player v. player edition. I mean, I think, you closed your... I mean, yeah, we could have had Ali Frazier up in here. We could have had, I think this was a very clean, good bracket, guys. Thanks to everybody who helped make it. Very balanced. The worst loss, McNabb versus T.O. defeated Magic versus Bird, but wasn't able to defeat. Interesting, guys, that Kobe versus Shaq here. We decided that Kobe versus Shaq could defeat McNabb versus T.O., but not Magic versus Bird. That's interesting. I like it. So right now we're in our finals matchup. Your Cavs destroyed the Sixers last night, JK. Sixers are paper tiger of all paper tigers. I don't know. How are you liking your Cavs? Like, I guess the early 1900s, right, JK? Like, that's what I've heard. Like, the buildings from, like, the early 1900s are, like, super beautiful. Also got the Cavs are a disappointment. I guess they'll make the playoffs, though. I mean, they might win a series or two. Uh-oh, guys. Get your votes in. I might have to cast a tie-breaking vote here. All right, I'll cast a tie-breaking vote. And for me, I'm going to go with... I got to go with Kobe versus Shaq. I saw them winning. Like when I said they were, I thought they were gonna win. Now I have the chance to make it happen. I'm gonna make it happen. I just think that added, like, there's so much drama back there. It had the best team of all time, and then they became rivals. They broke apart, like arguably the best team of all time. I think for that, that puts me up. Like, Brady versus Peyton is a great rivalry. Brady versus Eli is a great rival. All these rivalries are great rivalries. That added element of former squad. How about that? Former squad is what pushed it over the edge. Here I am burying the lead, but. The former squad connections is what pushed that rivalry over the edge. Plus, like, the Lakers chose Kobe, I guess, kind of, right? Exactly. Peyton and Brady was created by the media, but Kobe and Shaq was former squad. That's the former squad stuff. This is the conversations why I started this channel, why we're here, guys. Thank you guys for voting. We're going to ask this question. Did Kobe and Shaq deserve to win? Yes or no? We did we did a whole list. Definitely some snubs. Some snubs out there. I'm going to try to find a video of Jimmy Connors and John McEnroe going at it. Hope everybody had a good night tonight, had a good day today. Enjoy the rest of your night, guys. I'm not leaving right away, but we'll hang out here for a little bit. Cassius says Peyton and Brady was created by the media, but Kobe and Shaq was former squad. Couldn't have said it better myself. Anybody who thinks no, who deserved to win? Maybe Ali Frazier. I don't know. This was one of our better. I was surprised. My upsets, the ones I thought were upsets, were Chamberlain versus Russell beat Allen versus Mahomes. But hey, I guess on a history scale, I can see that. You know. Definitely, this was a great matchup, Tyson Holyfield versus Ali Frazier. I cast that vote. I don't know, D-Wall? I don't know, bro. I guess we could have done McEnroe versus Borg as well. Right? Maybe. Bjorn Borg.
I think so.
This looks.
While he complains about call, just climbed over the net. While he complains about the right miss at McEnroe. That's right.
That's about as intense as you'll get in tennis. He just pushed him away.
Now all of the officials are around.
This is about as intense as it gets in tennis. They got to separate him.
Exercised a moment ago.
Chicago 1982 Michelob. A tennis war. A tennis war, guys. Anybody ever see the Ali movie? I saw it with Will Smith. He's a great announcer these days. I also, before my time as well, the Will Smith soft. Facts, Dan Flynn. I agree. B-Wall has summoning powers. Will Smith is like, you guys say Will Smith. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Dan. That's about the only Philly guy that people can call him soft, and nobody in Philly. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some people in West Philly might be like, I don't think so. I think that's one Philly guy you can get away with. Hating on in Philly. All right, guys. I'm gonna say goodnight here. Get your goodbyes in. Not done for this struggle. I agree, kind of, Dan Flynn. I thought that whole thing was a sham with the Chris. Was it Chris Rock? What's wrong, Elena? What do you mean, I guess? What do you mean, I guess? It was Chris Rock at the Oscars. Appreciate you guys for being here. I'll be back on stream. Yeah, okay, that's right. Elena's like more like see you later. I got you. Thanks for being here tonight, guys. Appreciate all you guys. You guys are the best. We will be back on tomorrow. Fun Friday edition. Guys, spin some wheels. Spin some content wheels in order to generate ideas to make a video for. Kasha, that's what we do. Peace out, Dan Flynn. Have a good night, man. That's what we do. We make some content wheels, spin some wheels, try to make a video based on the result of the wheels. Stuff like that. It's fun Friday. Try to have fun. Maybe sometimes, make some come up with different ideas, different stuff. So, thanks for being here tonight, guys. Appreciate all of you guys so much. Have a great night, everybody, and we will talk soon.